Hey, what's up everyone? My name's Wes. We're talking featured news in today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And let's go. Big weekend. It was WCW, which is Warhammer, Warhammer World Champions, or Warhammer Champion, whatever. WCW, World Championship of Warhammer. Finally said it right. Okay. Uh, yeah, shout out to Richard Siegler from Art of War for winning with his AdMech. And yes, AdMech are one of the strongest armies in the game right now. However, he's been playing with them for a while. We also had a big number of reveals from Necromunda, New Squats, and Palatine. I don't really care about the Palatine. I feel like they're all over the place with their designs right now. Squats I do like. I own a couple of the squats on their trikes. Then we also got, what else did we get? Oh, that's Necromunda. We got a new character. Some ancient person, old as dirt apparently. I can't pronounce their name. I'm not even going to try to attempt it. Then we also have Warhammer Horus Heresy. We got some new Cataphracti Terminators. Cataphracti, I don't know how to pronounce that either. Terminators though. And well, it looks like they're going to be reboxed in sets of 6 now. I think, was it sets of 6? Which is pretty cool. I wanted to get some Heresy Terminators for my Emperor's Children. Speaking of Emperor's Children, the holiday boxes are available for pre-order this weekend. Coming up, last weekend that just passed, Stealth Suits and Wolf Scouts, that box set was available for pre-order Saturday that just passed, and I made sure to pre-order it. I don't know if any of you guys did. Let me know if you did. And if you're planning to pre-order any of the holiday boxes this week, I know for me it's the Emperor's Children, because I do not own Lucius or any Flawless Blades. I didn't buy the Combat Patrol when they came out, because I was just like, at the time I didn't have the urge to build more Marines or another Lord Exaltant. Since then I've built some of my Marines with Heresy models, and yeah, so I also didn't buy Lucius for the longest time because I figured, well, everyone said that there's always a holiday box with the Primarch after the Primarch is released, and therefore I waited. So I'll be getting my 6 Flawless Blades, my 3rd unit of Noise Marines to fill out my units. We also got some new... Did we get any new AOS announced? I don't think we did, or at least I wasn't paying attention, honestly, to new AOS. Oh yeah, we had the new character for Nurgle announced as of like Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Was Nurgle's Maggotkin. Looks like it's on a giant oval base. We also got some knights, Slaven knights, so guys on horseback, and some putrid blightkins, some rotwords, some pestigors. But Warhammer Quest was fully revealed. Then we had, speaking of revealed, we got some new Marines, new Ultramarines. Titus is returning to us from the end of, well, he's got Gadriel from Space Marine 2, and he's got Sergeant, I don't remember his name, from Secret Level accompanying him, and I could care less about Gadriel and the other Marine, who is literally just the Blade Guard, and I don't also care for banners, so Ancients I could care less about. However, the humans that are in that little command squad I really like, because I figure, oh, you know what those guys would make? Those will make a perfect rogue trader entourage, those 4 little dudes there. They're probably on 28s, which means I'd have to put them on 25s to field them, but I'm okay with that. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to those humans. What I'll do with the Space Marines, probably give them to my friends. Who knows? Do whatever. I don't care. Or probably just save them around to have like for bits and or practice painting schemes on. However, that's about as far as I would go with them, me personally. Now they would look pretty good with the new Crux term or whatever the new Space Marine Battle Force is, the one that comes with the 2 dreadnoughts, the Stern Guard, and the Hellblasters, I think it is. Yeah, that whole squad. And if you manage to get your hands on the Crux Terminatus with the Terminators to go, that would make a really massive and decent chunk to a Space Marine army right there. So yeah, that's something for Ultramarines players out there. We also had a new Hive Tyrant on foot with a whip, which is just a basic upgraded Tyranid warrior. We got a new member of the kin, another Votan, this time a leader for the Berserkers, I believe. Then, more importantly, we got some new Tau Empire suits, and yeah, in my last video I said there's rumors of new Tau Crisis suits, and we got some new Tau Crisis suits. I like the one half of them, and I'm not so sure about the other half. Like, it could just be the way they're painted, but the lack of symmetry in the suits kind of drives me insane. The little dots on the armor of the Crisis suits looks cool, but then the rivets on the other side, the green side that they show, kind of looks dumb in comparison. And I'm like, I'm really hoping I could just like ignore the way they're built, and or I'm probably gonna have to kit bash them to look like one or the other. Oh, and the fire on the bases is just like an effect that I don't care for either. Or an aesthetic I don't care for either. I get it, they're moving so fast. I do like their custom weapons though. One's got like a cyclic scatter cannon, which looks a little thicker than other cyclics. And then the fusion on the other guy looks pretty cool also. You could tell which suits what based on the gender of the pilot, because Tau, if you look at the Fireblade, if you look at Shadow Sun, and if you look at the female with the Ion, their armor is kind of bulged, or as opposed to if you look at the standard Crisis Commanders, and how Fire Warriors have their armor, it's typically flat in the chest area. It's not like the Sisters of Battle with their boob armor or anything like that, but it's, you know, you can tell which is what, at least in my opinion, you can tell. Then, let's see, I believe I mentioned Golden Demon in my last video, but that was like a week ago already. And if not, yeah, we had some awesome Golden Demon reveals as well. Not over the weekend, but that was like 2 weeks ago, I believe, whenever Spiel Lesson was. Old World, more Cathay models came out, and now I think that's about everything. I mean, they showed a bunch of cool new animations, which, in my opinion, Warhammer needs to get off of, like, Warhammer Plus. Like, stuff that's been on Warhammer Plus for over 2 years already should hit other streaming services. Like, Secret Level did a pretty good job at making people interested in Warhammer, but that's because it was on Amazon. Oh, 500 Worlds was announced, and I'm guessing that we're gonna get a Necron book, or we're not gonna get a Necron book. We're gonna get a Ultramarines versus other Xenos factions, like the ones that we just got, Tau, Tyranids, and what are the Leagues of Votan? Because the Votan typically like to mine worlds after the Tyranids have left them. So there could be like worlds that were already eaten up, that the Votan are on, that the Ultramarines are trying to reclaim. Then we have the Tau Empire, which is on the eastern fringe, just east of Ultramar. And then they do also mention the arch enemy in the video where they in the announcement, and we know that's Chaos. So some Chaos Legion will be popping up, my guess, right? So we got the Death Watch and the Necron Tomb, and the Death Watch. There's a Watch Fortress between the Tau Empire and Ultramar. So Necron's Awakening in Ultramar, new Destroyer Cult model. Kind of makes sense that the Death Watch would be there. But then we also got Wolf Scouts, 2 new Tau models, and new Tau stealth suits, right? And Space Wolves just got a range refresh earlier this year, with the exception of like Wolfen and their Dreadnoughts and their, oh boy, what do you call those? Their Thunderwolf Cavalry, right? So that all got refreshed. Wolf Scouts are getting refreshed. Maybe for some reason Lehman Russ might make an appearance. Everyone's saying Lehman Russ is going to appear, and if he was for some reason appeared near Ultramar, it would it wouldn't make sense for him to be by Ultramar, but who knows why he disappeared. So it could make sense for him to pop up over there. That's a possibility. A possibility that I think will come at the end of 500 Worlds. So there's that one leak image of a Necron's like combat patrol or boarded in actions, whatever the heck you want to call the discount box, that said 500 Worlds. And if we're gonna get discount boxes for everything, so I'm looking forward to whatever new box sets we're gonna get with Warhammer. I'm looking forward to the holiday box sets. I'm looking forward to the new Ultramarines, like Command Squad, just because I want the humans. That's about it for today. So once again, I've been Wes. Where's the fun? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Warhammer, Dungeons and Dragons, and other tabletop games. And I'll see you next time. Bye.